Well. It's a beautiful day. It's that kind of day that is just bright and it's brighting. I don't know how to describe it, but if I was to describe it as the day that, like, I don't know. You know what? Let me start from the beginning. Let's do this again. Let me tell you about my country. Boy. I come from a very, very beautiful country. I don't know where you are right now, but today is a beautiful day, and it's the day Uganda makes 63. 63 years of independence. And I understand when was it William? Yeah, William. You know what? We're going to go with William. He composed the Ugandan anthem, and Uganda has one of the shortest anthems in the world, but it is rich. It is rich of everything that Uganda holds, and I don't think I ever thought that grey clouds were beautiful until this morning. Yes, until this morning. So let me tell you about today. So today it rained. It's raining something like around 4. So it was raining. It started with the rain. Some people trust me, just go outside, and then they realize, oh, it rained. So but it rained today, and it was very, very cloudy in the morning. The skies were gray, and I've never seen beautiful gray. These were different shades of gray. And then there is this sneaky bit of like a neon blue in the sky. Of course, the sun was doing whatever it's doing every time, but you couldn't see the sun because the sky was gray. And then God has this way of just pulling. Just imagine like you're pulling this sheet of gray away. So that's what was happening in the morning. There was this pull of the sheet of gray, and then it was displaying this neon blue underneath neon blue, and then there were hues of orange a little bit, and the birds were doing whatever they were doing. Yes, I come from a country that has over 600 species of birds, so we literally walk with the birds, and they're doing whatever they were doing, and they're so lively. So they were playing, but the beauty about it wasn't the big birds. The big birds are there like up, but then like the small birds. In October, you get to see the small birds, and we're going to come back on those small birds. We're going to come back there. But so the sheet of gray is being pulled away, and little bit of light. We're already getting the light, but it's not shining bright. Like you can't see the rays, or you can't feel that the sun is shining, but the sun was there. And then guess what? The sun appears, and the way it appears, I think I've said this before, October is very confident in whatever it does. Even when the sun is coming out, it displays this majestic. I really come from a very beautiful place, and it's shining bright, everything. But the sun is not the scorching sun. It's the sun that is just so perfect. If you think I'm lying, if you're listening to this and you're in Uganda, please go out and feel this sun. The colors, the hues of green just displayed. It was so beautiful. And that's the time the sky turns to blue, like this deep blue. It's a deep blue with white clouds. It's so beautiful. I think I can't really describe how it is, but it's so beautiful. It reminded me of that verse in Psalms 1, which says that, a tree that is planted on the banks of the river, the leaves are always green. And when you look out right now in Uganda, you can see different green everywhere. Did I tell you I come from a very, very beautiful place? Yes, I come from a very, very beautiful place. So beautiful. No wonder it's called the Pearl of Africa. In October, October is very picky, by the way. It's very, very picky. So it has this tendency of like illuminating a certain part, and then the other part it's like dark. It's like it gives you a spotlight on this side, as like poop, it spotlights that side, and the other people can look at that side. Then it has that tendency whereby it picks different spots and then it highlights them, and it's like it makes you feel so important. No wonder we got our independence in October. But I'm saying this on a day that we are celebrating 63 years of independence. I'm not going to go political on you, but let me tell you about the country I come from. I really, really come from a very exotic country. Yes, very exotic. Have you been in Uganda? Just the wind. There is a way it's giving you this breeze. It's calming you down, and that I understand. Like, I really understand why we got our independence in October, because as I told you, October has this calmness to it that just makes you like just calm down, and you're like, yo, calm down, slow down, you're doing too much, and it takes the lead. It just takes the lead. So when we go back on that sparrows, so the sparrows are lots of sparrows, and there's this specific one that was going up, like it goes like it goes up, and then it reaches up and it's like ondavie, then it drops down again, and I'm like, no, this cannot be happening. This can not literally be happening, but it was happening. And there is something I want to tell you about that sparrow, because October has like so many sparrows, and I want to remind you as a Ugandan that you don't need to be so big to be majestic, because I when we pick a leaf from the sparrows, that they're so majestic in their tininess. And it's interesting that Jesus gives, an illustration using the sparrows. They have different colors, but the fun they were having in the morning, I thought about our people, and I'm like, oh, my people, Ugandans. I don't know if you're feeling what I'm feeling, but yes, I come from a very, very beautiful country. It is so beautiful that it makes you understand the hymn of how great you are. No wonder it's for God and my country, because you cannot be in such beauty and you don't wonder about God. It is so, so beautiful. And I know someone is going to be like, no, I'm not saying what you're saying. And I'm like, okay, you're not saying what I'm saying. Let me give you something about Uganda, because I think let me just tell you something about Uganda. So Uganda is a mixture of the modern, like we have the modern, like the civilized modern technology, everything, and then we have the parts that are not modern. Like, okay, I don't know why people call them modern. Anyway, we're going to just go with modern. So the modern bits. So in other words, if I was to use a rod, there are rods that are really like well structured, the car cruises and you're like yeah, but then like we also have these roads that are full of dust, and I remember when you use those roads, you're trying to maybe get a shortcut or something. But that's the beauty of the country I come from, because we also need that dust for your health. Not too much, but we need the dust, and it kind of reminds you to be courageous. I don't think people who come from Uganda, yes, they are sun-made. you can't be in the sun of January in Uganda and it doesn't inspire you. It's bold and confident and daring. And then you come in April and May, and it's so feminine, full of flowers, things as like so much color. And I know some of my people don't even notice that there are flowers in May, but May is also a very, very beautiful month in Uganda. All the months are beautiful in Uganda. I'm just giving you sneak peeks of what goes on in Uganda. And then you come to September, the month before we get into October, very, very beautiful, a mixture of autumn and spring, beautiful. But before I go, I also want to tell you about the crested crane. This is the bird that is in our, what is it called, by the way? Anyway, let's just call it the crested crane. It's in our badge, well, or a coat of arms. And there is a crested crane. And everyone on earth should see a crested crane in air. I remember seeing a crested crane and I stood on attention. I was like, do I sing the national anthem? Do I salute it? It's so majestic. So majestic. It's so beautiful. You should see a crested crane in flight. It doesn't move alone, by the way. They move in a group. Most of the times, if they're not in two, they're like 4 or 6. So the time I watched them, there were 6 of them, and they were flying. And they don't just fly. They don't just fly. These are the birds that fly, and you stand on attention. They're so majestic. They're so majestic. They're so beautiful when their wings are showing that velvet red. Like, it just shows so much elegance. They fly with confidence, with calmness, with... I can't describe how these birds fly. You need to just see them fly. So I come from that country that these birds stay and they fly over you. Come on. I come from a very beautiful country. It is beautiful. So I would leave it here and I say it has been 63 years since we got our independence. But as we remember our independence, as we remember how beautiful the land that we come from, as we remember how majestic the bird that represents us with all the colors and magnificent splendor. I don't know, in fact, I feel like a crested crane makes you speak Luganda, but like the wrong Luganda. You know, like you look at it and you're like, Wanji, and then you're like, I've said the wrong Luganda, and then you come up with any word. That's what the crested crane does to you. And I am so humbled that I come from this beautiful place. I am so humbled that I am made from this beautiful place. Shout out to all the October babies, but shout out to Uganda, that is 63 years. That is independent. I hope the people in Uganda remember that. Come on. You got your independence, man. Celebrate it. Celebrate the beauty. Celebrate the beauty. And as you celebrate the beauty, I hope you see what I see, but did I tell you something? Have I told you something? I come from a very beautiful country. In fact, the day to day, it is just doing whatever it's doing. Like, It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful that it makes you sit down and you just enjoy it. Happy Independence Day. Yay! I come from a very beautiful country. I don't know if I've told you that. It's so beautiful. Oh, Uganda, the land of beauty. Oh, Uganda, the land that feeds us. Oh, for good, and my country.